Hello and welcome back to Flowless Sports.
Yeah.
We finally had the first week of the Premier League. It was exciting, it lived up to the hype, and there's so much to talk about. Today, I'm joined by my co-hosts, Raji and Umesh, and we're going to do a quick roundup of the Premier League of the first week, match week 1, and have knee-jerk assumptions and predictions based off just what we saw.
Arsenal's winning the World Cup, baby.
The World Cup, yes.
Super Bowl.
Everything's coming home. But let's get right into it. Talking about Arsenal, we can get into match 1, which was Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. Give me your quick thoughts and one knee-jerk assumption that you have on Arsenal or Palace. From this, Raji, we'll start with you.
It was a good match. Good start. Arsenal started off how we expected them to start off in the season. Pretty much it was a standard game. Palace came on to Arsenal later on, but I think Arsenal just had... I didn't feel nervous throughout the game. Even though we were only... Yeah, for sure. So even though it was just 1-0, but in the end, Saka on the right, on goal, but the defender didn't see it coming, so...
Yeah, first. That was great to see from fantasy standpoint as well. We saw Martinelli bagging it in.
Yeah.
Jesus was playing a bit deeper, but I guess he was pretty electric. Playing well. And exciting times. I think it's good. Of course, the star for me was Saliba at the back.
Yeah.
Definitely doing well.
What a guy.
And my knee-jerk assumption, or rather one prediction, is that I feel like Arsenal, once they start clicking, are going to run riot against some small team. Like you'll see like a cricket score from Arsenal very soon.
Yeah, for sure.
If the front three clicks, that is my knee-jerk assumption. Like you'll see a 6-7-0 game.
Hey,
God bless.
If they do click, if the whole front four do click or front three, I think that team has a lot of goal scoring potential there. I think Lacazette was the fullback last season, but that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Any other crazy predictions from you guys from Arsenal and Palace?
I
know you were talking about Zaha earlier.
Yeah. I think Zaha played insane this game. Like he was unlucky. The assist to Eze, which Eze missed from point blank. That should have been a goal, but the way Zaha created it, Zaha was electric in that game, and also Joachim Andersen at the back. I think Palace, they're still a good team. Arsenal played well, but second half I think Palace stepped it up, and Palace at home is always scary. So Palace would bounce back from this loss.
Yeah, definitely two things about Palace. I think number one, once Elise is back and replaces Ayew, the team will look much better. And secondly, that Palace, from a fantasy standpoint, is definitely not going to be an easy team to play against. Considering that was week 1, I think it's a pretty good team. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think from a fantasy standpoint, all I want to say is soon people will want 4 Arsenal players, and I think that's what's exciting because they're valued so cheap, and
100%.
I think Arsenal is going to be in the run for top 4, obviously. So
100%.
Yeah.
If you don't have Martinelli at 6 million still, get it right now, 100%. Cool. Let's go to the second match, which was Fulham versus Liverpool. Definitely, I think the most surprising game of the weekend. We had Mr. Alexander Mitrovic.
Mitro baby,
yeah. Me and Raji have always been on the hype train for Mitro, and I was so happy for him to score.
Since Newcastle days, man.
Yeah,
We've waited for this day.
During the celebration too, man, Mitro.
Nah, man, what a guy, what a legend. And the best part was I just tweeted it before the match. I'm like, I barely believed it, but I just tweeted it. This is the year that Mitro arrives, and best believe
he did indeed.
He did.
They pushed. They played very well. They pushed. I was watching highlights of the game, and they pushed so hard up the pitch. They were so aggressive. Never gave Liverpool a chance to settle down at the back. Mitchell was one of the players to get a penalty conceded by Van Dijk, which you rarely hear about.
Yeah. And he dribbled past him.
Yeah, so that's the game from Fulham for the first game back in the Premier League. Any comments, any predictions from you guys on them?
I think initially, seeing that Fulham performed this well, but I still expect them to be in a relegation battle, although they'll survive, as I predicted in one of the videos. But look at those stats, man. They didn't lose out by a lot, so they were really going toe-to-toe.
They had 9 shots.
Yeah, 3 on target.
Yeah.
I think being the first game at home, they had that, Yeah, but I think they'll
big
struggle.
back
That's
Prem.
my assumption.
Yeah,
Like,
me
I
too.
still
I
see
think-
them struggling a bit.
Also, manager-wise, Mark Silva, like he was good at Watford, but then Everton he struggled with the big budget as well. So I still think Fulham will be in the relegation battle.
Yeah, I think they'll survive, but then they wouldn't be like, everyone's assuming they're going to be mid-table now with
Yeah.
that performance versus Liverpool. But yeah,
But also Liverpool. If Thiago gets injured, I think Liverpool will struggle in the midfield.
yeah. How are they going with
Like-
Henderson and Milner in
But
2022?
that being said, Harvey Elliott had a good game when he came on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He played really well.
yeah,
Like,
he had a
actually-
good game. Yeah,
Yeah, so Harvey Elliott, we didn't mention him in the youngsters, but I think he's a youngster to watch for this year as well. That's my assumption that if he gets game time, I think he's going to come good. When I watched that part of the game when he was on, and he looked solid. He looked like a proper player. So,
I think
yeah, I guess Harvey Elliott looked
since
solid.
we've talked about Liverpool's midfield, I'm gonna hold a thought till the end of when we reach the second last game, and I have a
Alright.
player to
Hey.
bring up. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. One more thing before we move on. Darwin Núñez. Talk to me. What do you guys think about it?
What a debut, isn't it?
yeah. Crazy debut. He got a goal assist, but yeah, I'm still not on the hype train, man.
Are you guys getting him in your fantasy? Looking to get him in?
I think by
No.
the end of the season we'll all have him.
Probably
He looks
at a
solid.
point we have like 5 wildcards.
He brings so much chaos. Like even both his goals, miss flick off the defenders onto his heel.
Yeah,
and then-
the assist to Salah was lucky.
Yeah, miscontrolled assist.
Yeah,
But,
his first goal was sick.
It was. But
Yeah,
it
both
hit
goals.
the defender's foot, and then it came back. So it went through him. So the ball went past him. It hit the defender, and his leg was still in the motion of the back heel.
and
So it
was
hit the back heel. So normally when you do a back
So it was
heel,
like a rebound.
yeah, you hit it with the instep. Sorry, and he's hit it with the heel. I don't know if
Oh, it
I've
makes sense.
portrayed it
I
well,
get it. Like
yeah,
a
yeah.
rebound off the back. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I get
So
that.
if
I
you-
didn't notice that. I
yeah.
get
So
it.
if you watch that, so it was 2 missed kicks, a goal and an assist.
leading to a good goal.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm one of those guys who's looking at him more optimistically than most people are. But
Fairs.
Yeah.
Based on my prediction table, I had Spurs ahead of Liverpool. You think after this result, that's possible?
Maybe.
it was never possible. Spurs was never finishing above Liverpool.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but you never know. Conte.
Yeah, good to see a draw already from one of the big teams.
Yeah, for
Fair.
sure.
Let's move on to the next match. The Saturday fixtures. We had Bournemouth versus Villa. Very surprising result. I think everyone expected Bournemouth with all the injuries in the back to get wrecked, and Villa to be the strong force at attack, which is my assumption from that Villa might not be as strong as we're all assuming them to be. They do have the team, I agree, but I don't know. Based on this specific game, seemed very lackluster, and I don't think it was up there. What did you guys think about the game? Any assumptions, predictions about that?
Yeah, I was surprised as well. I was so surprised. I didn't expect much from Bournemouth, but Villa, man, like Steven Gerrard, I still don't rate him as high. Even in the tier list, I put him quite low. But they've always had the money to, like the last 2 seasons as well. They've bought in big players, but they haven't done much. So, but yeah, good result for Bournemouth.
I think I'm gonna.
Yeah, Bournemouth seems like they're going to stick with the system. They five at the back. They have 2 big guys at the front, Solanke and Moore, and it seems like they're going to play with that system and try to wheel out some results here and there. But yeah, go ahead, Raji.
Yeah, sorry. I was just saying that. I think I'm gonna stick with what I said earlier, like how Fulham was at home, new promoted team, first game back in the Prem. Same thing with Bournemouth, and the stadium's like quite small, so the atmosphere is good. And Villa, obviously, I predicted them to be the team to watch, so I'm gonna stick
That's
with
what I
that.
was going to say. That do you still
No.
think that's true? All right.
I'm gonna stick with that. Like 15 shots. They didn't play that well, but they had 7 on target. Travers was good, although they went into the break 1-0 and then they still couldn't come back. Like sometimes when it's 0-0, and then the second half is
I was
just
also surprised to see Watkins bench and Ings starting. I know there was injury issues. With this,
yeah.
so.
I don't know
Mhm.
what that is,
That
but I
was
think I
strange.
expect him to start next match. Like Watkins is.
I also don't know
straight
what's
back
happening
in.
with Mings because I saw he was benched as well.
He was the captaincy was moved from him actually. So
Yeah, I didn't read about it, but yeah, that was very interesting.
yeah.
I guess from a fantasy standpoint, 2 questions. Number 1, are you guys still sticking with Bailey from Villa?
Oh,
5.5 million, guys.
Yeah, I still am.
What are you
I think 5
expecting?
million,
Oh yeah, 5 million. That's even. Just keep him, guys.
It's just been one game, but he had a good preseason. And
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
also good in the Bundesliga before. So,
I'm gonna say
And,
Villa still end up in top 10. That's my prediction.
Hey, that's
And,
bold, bro. That's bold.
I'm backing
Right.
them.
Do you guys, does this result put you off captaining Haaland versus Bournemouth? Are you still doing it?
I'm still doing it. I've loved
Good
to do it, bro.
players.
I've loved
Good
to.
players play good luck. They just played West
Alright.
Ham.
We'll come to it. We'll
Yeah.
come to it.
Oh yeah.
Surely. Alright, next up we had Leeds versus Wolves.
Yeah.
Another
Crazy.
surprising result, I would say, on paper. Mr. Brendan Aronson lit up the field.
What a
Was supposed to
debut,
get a
man.
goal.
What a guy, man. What a guy.
Yeah, he looked like a fun guy to watch.
Yeah.
And Wolves seem like they might be lacking the guy up front, Mr. Jimenez, with Wang Chan up there. But I mean, I didn't expect this result. I didn't see it coming. I thought Leeds were much weaker than we all expected. But yeah, I mean, they came out on top. And yeah, any assumptions or predictions from you guys?
I
mean,
still believe Leeds will do well. Also in the tier list, I kept them. I think
I have them in relegation zone in tier list.
same.
I had them 14th or 15th somewhere there. I think Jesse Marsh, bro, American. You gotta trust in him. But
Yeah,
yeah,
just
heartbreak for
American boy
Wolves.
over.
As Wolves fan, that's my second team, Wolves. It was about yourself.
Raji, anything from you on this game?
Yeah, look. I keep going back to the predictions video, but Bruno Lage first sacking, and we're right on track for that.
I see it coming, I see it coming now.
Like Wolves, man. They went from
Yeah,
the team to watch.
I had him as my manager to watch, but yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, like they, like 2 years ago, there was that buzz from Wolves, like top 6 challenging,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, Europe
just
like,
plateaued
Europa League,
now.
They were getting European football.
yeah, they've like lost all the money. I don't know, they're not signing anyone. The Neves.
I guess for me, just go on.
Yeah, sorry, the Neves situation is not helping. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know if he's staying, he's not leaving. Although it's not, it's like he's still playing for them well. It's not like he's.
Yeah, they have the whole Gibbs White saga as well.
Yeah, the Gibbs
Yeah.
White, yeah. And they rejected like 40 million for him also. That's
Yeah.
also insane.
Yeah, I don't know why, but yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, fair. I mean, they rate him highly. They wasted, well, I guess we can say wasted on Fabio Silva, 40 million
he's-
last
He's
season.
gone on loan to Anderlecht.
Yeah, like that's a big figure for a club the size of Wolves in terms of revenue.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, I guess one more player to watch just for the rest of the season is Ryan Aït-Nouri. He seemed
I
My
do.
boy.
Yeah. Also, last season he was pretty well.
no, preseason he was fire. Like he looks.
yeah.
I'm excited to see him how he comes along this season. But yeah, let's move on to the next game. The big boys against the newcomers. Newcastle, the big recent spenders, humbled Nottingham Forest 2-0. And I don't know if any of you guys who watched, but Fabian Schär had a freaking
What a goal, man.
insane
Yeah.
goal, yeah.
Crazy.
That was a crazy goal. And any thoughts, assumptions, predictions from that game from you guys?
I think
Uh,
Forest are good. Forest,
Yeah.
although they didn't play well.
And I think Lingard had a shock of a game.
Yeah, Newcastle is going to be good at home. I can already see it.
I think Callum Wilson, not injured. He's going to be a
But
Oh, yeah.
I forgot to say it. 15 goals if he doesn't get an injury. 15 goals at least.
There we go. Good prediction. Let's go.
Callum Wilson is scoring at least 15 goals this season if he doesn't get injured, obviously. But
Let me tell you, the star player for me from that match is the number 6, Mr. Bruno Guimaraes. That
Yeah.
guy is nuts.
Well, Bruno had a
He's so
crazy
good.
game.
I'm telling you,
For this guy, single pivot, handled the whole midfield alone. He's actually crazy.
Joe
Bruno is
Linton too, though.
crazy.
Joe Linton had a crazy game as well.
yeah.
From a striker to a midfielder, yeah, he was.
I think Bruno had I was reading some stat 10 chances created, and as a number 6, your average in a game is 2 or 3, big chances created, and he had 10 in this game.
What was
Exactly.
his SofaScore score rating in the lineups?
Uh,
I think you can just click on the lineups.
it's
up
here.
there.
Bruno Guimaraes,
Yeah.
7.7.
Crazy.
Damn, yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
strong.
I can put the numbers. Yeah, 7.7. But no, he had a nuts game. I don't know if you guys can see it here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think there was a start of seeing how many times he put the ball through was 10, and on average for number 6 is 2 or 3. So yeah, and single pivot handily,
Like
amazing.
even
I'm
when he
excited to watch
joined, I was just like, wow, this is a Real Madrid, Man City, Arsenal
he's
level
like
player.
a next level player. Like,
Yeah.
actually crazy. Yeah, no.
Fair play, man.
That was for me definitely the player. But wait, get back to the screen. All right. Any assumptions about? Sorry.
I think Nottingham really need like they signed a striker Awani from Union Berlin, but he was benched as well. I get it, like first match, but they had 0 shots on target, man. Like,
Yeah, it was a poor game for them. Hopefully
Yeah.
they settle into it. It's just
But I think
first game.
Newcastle will be difficult at St James's Park for all season for any team actually.
100%.
yeah, for any
But
team, yeah.
Again, I had Newcastle as my team to watch this year, and I think they might push top 7, top 6. So
Yeah,
forward to how that
I
comes.
don't know if they'll go that far though. I feel there's.
I think 7th or 8th. They'll beat the
I don't
likes
think
of
they
Leicester.
cross 8th. I don't think they cross 8th.
Who was your 7th? Leicester.
West Ham.
West Ham, yeah.
And 8th is a good season, I think. I don't think they cross
Yeah.
8th. And like I said, it's been a theme. Only 3 teams lost at home this season. At the start of the, at the start of this season, sorry. Only 3 teams lost this week, and that was the teams that we expected, like United, Chelsea, and United, Palace, and West Ham
Everton.
that lost at home. Yeah. But yeah.
All right, we'll come to this early.
I'm not gonna
Alright,
talk
next
about
up.
United.
Who have
Tottenham.
who I rated number 2. I think the player to talk about from this game, Mr. Kulu,
The young.
doing bits up front.
What a
Miggy.
player,
He-
man.
Kulu was
He's-
amazing.
He's
man.
crazy.
Highly underrated FPL asset. I think this guy. I watched the highlights and I watched a bit of the game. Holy shit, this guy and Son up front are actually nuts.
Shout out Raul Joshi. He had him in his team,
Yeah.
but none of us
No respect.
had him.
Now, Kulusevski, for his age, he's playing like such a mature player.
Yeah, he is.
And like him and Son are going to run right.
And
I think
like there's pressure on him too with the signing of Richarlison. Yeah,
yeah.
and still
Yeah, but he was benched.
yeah, like
Nah, Kulu
crazy.
is-
Kulu has the pressure and he still performs so well.
I think now they're going to be this new system of like Kulu Son up front, Kane being the more in a creative role. So from a fantasy standpoint, definitely put me off Kane, but Kulu and Son definitely at some point I'm going to be owning them. They seem so good, and I think this team's going to score a lot of goals. Perisic still to come play. I think a lot of the players had the debuts, but they all came on later. Like no one
Yeah,
actually started.
Perisic
Yeah,
was
none of the
benched.
new players started, yeah.
Yeah, but I think they all came on later, which was interesting to see. And my knee-jerk assumption from this is I changed my manager to be sacked first. I think Hasenhuttl is going to be the first one to be sacked. I watched his interview and stuff. He seems so less, and yeah, I don't see the guy staying there for too long. If Southampton stays the way they are, definitely the team to be attacked if they're playing against during fantasy as well. But yeah, that's what I think about this game. What about you guys? Any thoughts, predictions?
I mean, if you look at Southampton, I think all 3 of us predicted them to go down, I think.
Yeah,
And
I think it
I
is,
mean, yeah. It doesn't look good, isn't it? Like the 4-1 scoreline, obviously it flatters Spurs. They were good, but it's so naive for a team to play against Spurs knowing they're going to counter. And if you look at the goals, it's like transitions and it's 2-on-1. And like, how is that happening? You know it's going to happen. And like,
Facts.
for a manager that I rate highly, like, that's just...
yeah. What
Yeah.
Prowse
I guess the other-
needs to move, man.
Yeah, he's too good to be at Southampton. They're going to go down.
Yeah, I think that's it.
They're
That's
really
it. Like, Southampton go down. We didn't learn anything new in this match besides Kulusevski, and we forgot about him with the
Yeah.
new
I
signing.
I guess I've seen the stat like since Kulu came in, like him, Son, Kane are like up there in like top 3 scorers of points in FPL. And also from an FPL point of view, like I think Sessegnon had a good game.
Yeah.
Like he scored, and I think it's going to like him and Perisic are definitely going to have battles for the left. So yeah, I don't know. I was supposed to buy Perisic next week. I don't know if I'm still going to do that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens down the left side for Spurs. But yeah, if nothing else, we'll move on to the next game, which was kind of underwhelming. I think with all current status of Everton, we thought this would be more of a bigger win for Chelsea, but 1-0 to Chelsea. With the new boys in town showing up, Sterling, Cucurella played. And what did you guys think of the game? Any predictions from this game?
This was a boring game.
Yeah, it really was.
This was a really boring game. Sterling scored, but it was offside or something, if I remember.
Yeah.
He did score a
It
goal,
was.
but offside.
Yeah, he did.
But yeah, it was.
I think Mason Mount had like underwhelming game as well.
Yeah, I
He
think
was subbed off early.
the positive was saying Ben Chilwell back for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even then, they weren't pushing forward enough. Like, from a field point of view, I was watching it. And I don't think Chilwell was as high enough as he was last year.
Yeah.
And these teams are they need to push higher and wider. But yeah, Chelsea seems. I mean, according to our predictions again, out of top 6, out of top 4 could very well be on the line for them. Yeah, they're really, really lacking someone up front.
Yeah.
To take the goals home and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how they fare along. The defense is solid, no doubt, but I don't know about going ahead. How they're
Yeah, I mean, if you look at
the
them,
midfield, like
yeah, I think the midfield is one injury away.
Kovacic needed to start instead of Jorginho, I think.
I think Kovacic is underrated. The way he's he doesn't get talked about enough when you talk about best midfielders in the league.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
Yeah, I think Chelsea have a good team. I think they finished top 4.
If Sterling or Havertz start, if Sterling or Havertz are going to have a 15-goal season, then surely, they just need someone.
I think I'm saying that assuming that they sign an attacker. They're lacking an attacker, big time.
I get you. But my question at this point is just who are they signing?
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to mention Alex Iwobi. I saw his rating wasn't that high, but I think he was the man of the match. I watched the full game and he might be something. He might do well for them. They had Allen, they bought Allen, didn't work out. He's been alright. His physicality isn't working out, but Iwobi in the center, he was quite good. And now that we know Doucouré, from fantasy, we know he likes to push up and occasionally get that goal and stuff. So Iwobi was holding the midfield well. He was passing, moving the ball around, and even when he was at Arsenal, he was always known for his ball carrying and he was never an end product guy. So to move him back into midfield instead of an attacker, that might be
interesting. I didn't know she watched the full game, but what I did notice from the highlights was Patterson.
I was just going to say that
4.0, solid player, looked really good.
He was pushing up as well.
Yeah,
that's the one positive from Everton. Both the fullbacks were pushing high up to create chances.
He had a good game, 100%.
Patterson, I think. I guess he played for Cardiff City. I remember he scored a few goals. He's a long-term merchant.
I guess talking about lack of strikers, these guys really need someone. DCL's injured and they have no real striker up front.
Rondon, baby.
Yeah, Solomon.
You guys still think they go down? I guess we had a few predictions of them.
No, I think they stay up.
I think they stay up, but relegation battle. They'll be bottom 5.
I think they'll be
Lampard
safe.
To stay or get sacked because we all had him to be sacked. So I think 3 out of 4.
Yeah, I had him to be sacked first.
I'm not that low on him, but yeah, he goes. I think he goes.
I think I definitely changed mine to Hasenhuttl.
I see that also. Bruno Lage, Hasenhuttl, and Lampard. I think these 3.
Alright, talking about the next one, Mr. B. Raj and Leicester bottling a big lead again. Not a big lead, but still 2-0 up, and they lost. They 2-2 to Brentford. Any thoughts or comments you guys had on this game?
This was shocking. I remember, I didn't watch this game, so I was on my phone. I was looking at the score 2-0. I'm like, yeah, this game over now. Leicester won. And then full time 2-2. I was so shocked. Then I watched highlights and stuff. But yeah, Leicester look like they're in trouble.
Yeah, surprisingly, if Fofana leaves, that defense is going to win, right?
Yeah, Fofana,
Madison leaves,
Tillemans,
they definitely want to stay. And from Leicester, I think who had a really good game was KDH. Dewsbury Hall.
Yeah.
I watched his interview as well post match, and he said he wants to have more goals this season. So definitely want to watch. I think it's 4.5 or 5 million fans.
Yeah, 4.5. Yeah.
Yeah. So he came out and said himself one thing he wants to do is goal scoring and output. So he was playing very forward. I think he was a good player to watch. And I guess from Brentford it was Ramesh was the player you really like. That's the name.
Yeah.
Who scored the second goal? Yeah. I think he subbed on, came on later, but he had a good goal and everyone's backing him. I think he was out for an injury for a while.
Ex-Arsenal boy. academy.
Good to see
Yeah,
that.
Brentford, team to watch. Also, Johan Wissa is a man to watch, I feel. And just today, I think they signed Damsgaard from Sampdoria.
Yes,
Damsgaard.
Yeah, and he had a crazy Euros with Denmark last time out.
They definitely need someone to replace Ericsson. I guess they got a fellow countryman, so
Yeah.
will be interesting to see that. But yeah, let's move on to what should be, I guess, the most talked about 2 matches for this weekend. Let's talk about Manchester United. Unless you can start.
I honestly don't have much.
Raji will take leave.
Yeah.
I honestly don't have much to say.
I'm interested to hear what to say.
It was just.
Did you watch the match?
Tragic. I didn't watch the match. I woke up at 6. To
I saw Unleash Awake and I'm like, I saw them.
Bro, I was out the night before. I came home by like 2.
I'm dead,
2:30.
man.
Yeah. It was so disappointing. There was so much space for the attackers. No communication between Maguire and Martinez. And the thing about Maguire is he ball watches too much. I think he's like a few seconds late to react. By the time the ball's been played, the run's been made from the other player. And yeah, it was shocking. Also, creating chances. I don't think Ericsson had such a good game. McTominay and Fred are atrocious. Fred did give the ball away.
You guys are getting Rabiot now, so you have McFreddy in the middle now.
Yeah, and we're just getting problematic players like bad attitude. Rabiot hasn't worked at PSG or at Juventus, but we're apparently getting him now. But
from De Jong to Rabiot.
Yeah, Rashford had a poor game as well. I think Sancho, positive I'd say Sancho and Luke Shaw. I think that's it.
Yes. What do you think about Christensen in this? Not Christian Eriksen in this false 9?
It didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work out. He did play a bit more deeper.
You need Mr. CR7 back. I guess talking about Brighton, Welbeck led the line really.
What a player, man!
Yeah.
What a
And
guy.
he held the ball as well. Like he held the ball and then passed it around to.
He looked so quick, man. I don't know if it's the new hairstyle and he's more streamlined or something, but he was running like crazy, man. Like he had the burst of pace. Obviously, he's not quick, long distance, but like I guess Maguire is also slow. But he was.
The Welbeck played really well. Pascal Gross, of course.
Yeah, 2 goals. Could have had a hat trick.
Against United as usual, but yeah, it was great as a United hated to watch the game. Beautiful, I love it. Such a good game to watch.
I mean, if we go,
Brighton could be a very underrated team. I mean, we've all I think looked down on them, but they
well. I had Graham Potter in my manager to watch.
He's what a manager, man.
Limited budget.
How can you lose? How can you lose Bissouma and Cucurella? And it doesn't even make a difference. That's when you know the system is elite. That's when you know the manager is elite.
And winning your first match ever at Old Trafford.
Yeah, crazy. Like if we look at Manu's lineup, like just look at the ratings, and you can see where the issue is. Even though like normally sometimes these ratings are not like always a reflection of, but De Gea, I've been saying it for a while. Tragic goalkeeper, good shot stopper. Like in 2022, he creates the shots against him, and like with his bad passing and eventually getting lost. And Fred McTominay in 2022, like, come on, like how they've had this issue for 2 years. How have they only like with look at the midfielders like Bruno Guimaraes going to Newcastle. We have Cheikh Doucouré at Palace. He had such a good game.
Yeah.
He had such a good game. How like
he's also a good player to watch for the season.
Yeah, like how is Man U not going for anyone other than De Jong? Like I know obviously De Jong is the number 1 target.
Yeah, but it's also unrealistic.
Yeah, like
if he does,
I don't understand. Like United is like I feel like this was Arsenal 2 years ago, and now looking at Man U from the outside being in that situation is like beautiful.
Just look at this team. Like everyone, people like. It looks so bad. Like I don't know. It just doesn't sound enticing.
Look at the midfield, man. You know what pisses me off more? Yeah, like people saying like, "Oh, Fred gets too much hate and stuff." That's because he gives the ball away and then he'll get the ball back. So then people praise him. But then his first mistake was giving the ball away. Like
he's the midfielder here.
Yeah, he just pisses me off, man. Yeah.
You know, one thing I'm gonna say, Martinez is gonna flop if he stays at centre back. if you move
Yeah, I
him to
think-
left back or midfield, he's gonna be amazing. Like,
He has played CDM before.
Interesting.
at
Good hot
Ajax.
take.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
he's
think
not a good. He's a really good
yeah.
ball playing. Like in the Premier League for centre back, it's like he'd be really good at left back. He'd be really
Yeah,
good
but the signing of Malacia, Shaw, I think Martinez, like the Prem is too physical and he's like 5 foot something, so I think that's gonna be a problem.
yeah,
It's too small.
4'3",
Yeah,
I
he's
think.
too small, man.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, talking about the blue side of the city now.
Oh, one more thing I forgot to mention.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry.
of course.
The player I wanted to mention was Yuri Tillemans at Leicester.
Oh, he'll fit perfectly instead of Fred.
He would, and he would fit perfectly at Arsenal, and he would fit perfectly at Liverpool now that Thiago is injured. So
Would be interesting to see if he stays. If Leicester lose a single player, this team is done because they've not signed him.
Tillemans is
Yeah, that
moving,
was
man.
anyone, yeah.
He's moving. There's
They're
3
like
teams in
on-
for him.
They're on thin ice.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
lost Captain Schmeichel as well.
Yeah,
No
that's a
Oh,
big
yeah.
issue.
Danny Ward.
Also, yeah, talking about fantasy point of view, 4.0 keepers are in the mud. So
Oh yeah, Danny Ward's
you
going
didn't
to be
start
the
with that.
best pick.
No, I'm saying like if people picked Iverson and Ward both, like
Yeah.
wrecked.
Oh yeah.
That's a long day for them.
Yeah.
I was on it like till 10 minutes before, and then I went for Ramsdale.
Yeah, it was good. Ramsey at least gave us the road right away.
Yeah.
Alright, let's talk about the last game of the weekend. And the show is just about one man, Mr. Erling Haaland.
Yes, baby.
Haaland.
Perfect debut, man.
The Golden Boot runner-up for the
No,
season.
no,
This-
he's going to win it. I'm not wearing no.
Runner-up,
jersey.
baby.
City have switched the system. I think I'm not going to talk too much about it. I think every podcast out there is talking about the same thing, how City have changed, making him the focal point of view. If you don't have him in your fantasy, get him in. Just the system's changed, and De Bruyne and him are going to, long day for any defense up against them. I guess, I don't even know. City just look as good as usual. Will be interesting to see how the Mahrez Foden rotation works now, right? Who plays what role. But I mean, City look as good as usual. West Ham had a dead game. But any knee-jerk assumptions from this match from you guys?
I think it'll just be interesting to see what happens with Bernardo Silva if he stays. Like
For sure.
he started the game on the bench as well, but if he
If he doesn't stay, Mr. Ilkay is definitely a great shot for fantasy.
He's too expensive,
Yeah.
man. I was looking at his price. I was just looking at it.
7.5.
Yeah, just make him 6, man. Give us 2020 season 6.5.
Honestly, that would be nuts. He'd be in everyone's team if Bernardo leaves.
I mean, like City, it was as we expected, isn't it? Like clinical performance. Scored the 2 goals with 2 chances. As we can see, 2 shots on target only. They pretty much killed the game. Scored the goals, passed it around. Like, I mean, what is it? Nathan Ake and Ruben Diaz, they had a kickabout for like 5 minutes. They just passed it to each other. And Rodri, the best midfielder in the world. CDM, maybe. Even though I hate the way he looks and the way he moves and the way he is, but you can't deny that he's the best in the world.
Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much, I mean, the less we say, it's pretty much, we're repeating ourselves from last season.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I guess like other points like Kyle Walker and Cancelo played like pretty much like midfielders again. Kyle Walker moved up front quite a bit. I guess from West Ham's point of view, Declan Rice had a good game. I watched the game. He played decent. So yeah, I guess that's one positive for West Ham. But yeah, against City, I don't think he won much anyways. I guess based on these ratings, Bowen had a pretty poor game. But from a fantasy standpoint, it would be interesting to see as the fixtures ease up how he takes it.
I think the incoming of Gianluca Scamacca, he should make it exciting for Jared Bowen and the co. Like Pablo Fernandes
Antonio
will
there.
thrive also. Yeah. I'm excited to see Scamacca. He came on for a bit, looked good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had a good shot
Yeah.
on target, but he was offside. But I think also Declan Rice has been playing, like against City, obviously he was playing more deep. But towards like the end of last season as well, he was playing more box to box. So
Yeah, when he just picks up the ball and runs for
picks up the
like
ball and he runs end to end. So I think Declan Rice will have another good season yet again.
Awesome, cool. Before we end the pod, just looking forward to the next game week. I just have one question for you all. Chelsea or Spurs? Who do you think takes that game?
Chelsea.
Spurs for me.
Chelsea at home. Yeah. Chelsea.
but I'm still going Spurs. What about you, Amadeo?
I'm gonna go Spurs. I think they're in a hot streak.
Spurs is overhyped.
Yeah.
Spurs is
Good
overhyped.
This is a game. This is a testing game. We find out whether actually overhyped or not. But yeah, looking forward to that one.
I think
But,
this would be perfect with the people assuming Chelsea's in disarray. Spurs are
This
gonna.
could set the
Yeah.
tone. This could set the
Yeah,
tone.
so I think that needs to happen to bring balance.
100%. But yeah, awesome. That was the roundup, the first roundup we've done ever. Let us know how you liked it. Let us know if you continue doing this for the rest of the season. I guess it's fun to talk about it anyways. But yes, fantasy people as well. Let us know what you thought. And always happy to have a conversation about that as well. So yeah, hit us up in the comments below. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe now for a lot more of this amongst the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Thank you
if
for
you want
tuning in.
more FPL content, make sure to follow at FPL2Ps on Twitter.
Yep, FPL_2Ps. I'll put that in the description below. And yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Good luck for fantasy people and good luck to Manchester United fans.
Keep
going
an eye
into
out
this,
for live streams for predictions coming soon.
100%. Have a good one. Peace.
Bye bye.
See yous.